We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown, let's go!
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown, let's go!
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown, let's go!
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown, let's go!
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown, let's go!
We're there, folks, deep in the red zone, deep in the red hot zone.
Touchdown, let's go!
Last week, in the Canadian province of Nova Scotia, a terrible and tragic event unfolded as at least 22 people lost their lives in what has become the worst mass shooting in Canadian history. TPC Sports, as are all Canadians and people worldwide, are shocked and saddened by these events and pass along our condolences to the friends and families of the victims in these difficult times.
I was waiting to catch the video. Welcome in live from AT&T Stadium. This is the second half of our doubleheader. The Dallas Cowboys of Slangel hosting the Minnesota Vikings in Kiv style. I am Bama Shocks, joined, of course, with my good friend Dave. How you doing, Dave?
I'm good, sir. Looking forward to this game.
Looking forward to another exciting TPCFL football game, and it's on already. Dallas bringing the ball out to the 30-yard line. I'm 29. Took a yard away.
Dallas has been an offensive machine so far this season. We'll see if they can keep that up.
Yeah, they've been building off of the defense that they've been fine-tuning for the last several seasons here. Prescott coming into his own, handing off to the left side. They're making a man miss. He's got a lot of field in front of him. Juking. No, not juking. He spun at the wrong moment. But Ezekiel Elliott, one rush, 18 yards to open the game.
There's a nice juke there to get free on the left side.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Prescott, handoff to Elliott again. He makes another man miss. He must have wore his slippery pants today.
He powered through that left side there.
Telling you. Man's a workhorse.
It's been pretty even all season for offensive stats for the Cowboys. They've been just about 50-50 for passing and rushing. The big tail of the tape is over 300 yards a game, which is amazing.
That is good offense for the Cowboys here. Prescott making a lot of changes to the line. Receivers spreading out. Back looking to throw. A lot of pressure coming from the blitz. Prescott able to get the to Witten, 16-yard gain, 29-yard line. Already in scoring position. Less than a minute and a half into the game. Hand it off to Elliott. Elliott stopping. Taking down 29-yard line.
Again, they're trying to mix in these run plays, which is excellent.
Oh, I love a good run game. 3 receivers set. Ooh. Elliott offset to his right. Oh. Prescott back. Looking for a man. Across the left side, and he will come down with it at the 13-yard line. It was Amari Cooper, roll tide. First reception for 16 yards.
Prescott changing things up at the line. Receivers almost running into each other as they come across. Oh, he gives it back to Elliott. Oh, he was tight there just about. Elliott had open field there. The defender was able to catch up to him from in behind.
Touchdown, Dallas. Woo.
Quick series there for Dallas to get down the field. A little over 3 minutes. Punch the football in.
And like that, Dallas first on the scoreboard and first in our hearts. Just kidding. Kickoff angling back to the right side.
Oh, decides to take the knee.
Minnesota will bring it out to the 25 to start their first drive here.
Minnesota thus far this season averaging 215 yards per game. Most of that passing, although pretty balanced again, much like Dallas.
Cousins, I formation. Handoff up the middle. And he'll be taken down. Abdullah.
We saw a lot of... We saw a lot of east-west running in the last game between the Seahawks and the 49ers. I think in this game we're going to see a lot more north-south running.
I tend to agree. These are far less scat backs, and these are more the bruisers of yesteryear. Cousins back, throws across the right side, got his man, and he'll be taken down 48-yard line.
Is that Diggs on the right side this time? Looks like he got a bit of a pocket there. The linebacker is able to get out there to get on him.
Stephon Diggs, first catch of the game, making it look easy.
Vander Esch is going to be key. He's kind of blossoming into a good defender for the Cowboys.
I hope Vander Esch does not become our Wagner for this game because I will butcher the poor fella's name. That's one of those names you can't take a running start at. You have to ease into it.
This is true. This is true.
Cousins handoff up the middle. Nice draw play. Executed pretty damn well. I mean, pretty ham well.
Pretty ham well. 8 yards off of that one, right up the middle as we were expecting. Like we say, the running backs for this team and the offensive lines on this team are both very good at opening up that center gap.
Doing a mighty fine job of it as they're coming up on 2nd and short here. Abdullah back in the primary spot. Oh, no, play action pass, left side, throwing, intercepted by Dallas. No surprise, Dallas, an interception machine over the past 3 seasons.
Nice play there. The cornerback came across, jumped in front of the receiver. Good positioning. He thought he had Diggs deep, and he just couldn't get the football there. He was under a lot of pressure at the line, too, though, trying to release that football.
Even worse than that, Cousins taking the hard hit as the ball releases. We hope he's okay for the next drive. But this drive is over for him as Prescott will get the ball back from the 30-yard line.
Elliott once again. These gaps that this offensive line for Dallas are able to create for Elliott are just amazing.
These 7, 8, 9-yard rushing gains are unbelievable. To have this many this early in the first quarter, wow. Love it. Prescott under center. Back, looking to throw. Got his man. Left side. Oh!
He got crunched for that one, but
nasty hit.
Witten coming across from the right-hand side, scooting across to the left-hand side, catches, and then gets nailed for his effort.
Yeah, but he did get into Minnesota territory. Prescott I formation, back handoff. Elliott pushing, left side, taken down.
He's got such incredible lateral movement. He just jukes so quickly to one side or the other. It's really tough for defenders.
I heard one time he juked so hard he went left hash to right hash, back to left hash, and nobody knew what was going on. He got it in for a touchdown.
Just powering his way.
Just pounding. God!
Guys were reaching for him, and he was still dragging them along with him. But the offensive lineman got to him there, and he still gained 5 or 6 yards after that.
As the first quarter expires, we will flip the field and meet you back at the 27-yard line on the other end.
Great start here for Dallas. They've already punched one in. They're already down almost into the red zone here in the start of the second quarter.
The entire first quarter was Dallas the whole way. Solid offensive drive, ending in a touchdown.
Oh!
Interception.
Turnover.
And this is a tale of a second quarter as he's got a whole lot of green field in front of him. 50-yard line to the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Minnesota.
It's exactly what Minnesota needed. Dallas have been basically handing it to them for the first part of this game. They get the inside reception. Over the middle, he thought he had somebody open. The middle linebacker was right there just waiting for that pass.
Bailey with a kick, tying the score up to begin the second quarter. It's too early to tell, but I was just saying first quarter was all about Dallas. Is the second quarter about Minnesota? We'll find out after the following kickoff.
I got to think that middle linebacker's got bruises on his hands. That was a fast pass from Prescott.
I have to check a quick stat here, Mr. Dave.
Kick goes through. Dallas will take it out at the 25. This time they'll surely be hoping to keep the football all the way down the field rather than turning it over. That was a long pick six. Prescott lining up under center. Elliott left side, jukes back inside. Another first down for the Cowboys. He's so good at this, so explosive.
Outside of the interception, Dallas not making many mistakes at all. And for the record, Ezekiel Elliott coming out of the Ohio State University, OHIO.
Oh, tried to do the play action.
Massive sack.
Coming in on the blitz off the right-hand side, Prescott, it was off his blind side, just did not see him. Good play there by the Vikings. Prescott again under center, puts a man in motion. Play action again.
Boom!
Oh, 2 in a row. This time the lineman getting to him, Hunter.
As resilient as the offensive line was against the run plays, here in the play action formation, they're able to penetrate.
Long 3rd and 24 here.
Yes, Prescott back, way back, bombing it. Oh!
That was almost picked off again. Same middle linebacker there for the Vikings.
After the pick 6 and the 2 sacks, I believe Dak Prescott's a little shaken up right now.
I think so. I think he's maybe lost a bit of confidence going into this drive. Ooh, pooch kick.
Shallow kick. Ball down 44-yard line of Dallas, dangerously close in their own territory.
Oh, that went off the side of his foot, landed close. Minnesota's already on Dallas's side of the field. See what Cousins can do on offense. They haven't been able to do too much on offense so far. All their points coming off defense.
Absolutely. Cousins under center here, 2-back formation, pitch to the right side. He's got a gap.
Open.
With a 30, 25 man to beat, 15. And he'll be taken down 16-yard line. Abdullah, impressive run there. Wonderful blocking.
That was impressive. Dallas had collapsed to the inside, expecting a run to the inside like Abdullah's first run. They decided to pitch it to the outside, right side. He gained some huge yardage on that.
Just like that, they're in the red zone, knocking on the door, getting some paint on them jerseys.
Nothing doing there for Abdullah this time, off to the left side.
Brief pause on the field.
So far this season, Dallas is 7-1 on their record. I think, if I got that right, is it 7-1? Or is it 8-1? Let me double check. No, 7-1. 4-5 for the Vikings. The Vikings kind of middle of the pack in their division. Dallas, of course, is leading their division. Dallas has been doing really well in terms of total yardage so far this year. Over 2,300 yards already on the season, halfway through the season. That's pretty impressive.
An interesting stat coming out of Minnesota. They are only 1-3 at home.
That's
not sure why they're struggling in that shiny new stadium of theirs.
Sometimes those new stadiums, you need to kind of get feeling comfortable.
Cousins out, throwing right side. Second.
A lot of green.
Lot of green.
One man to beat.
Oh, and it's his own man.
He's walking the tightrope.
Woo! Out of bounds at the 49-yard line. If his shoelace hadn't drug across that white paint, he'd have been home free.
The safety coming across underneath was able to undercut that route and just pick the ball off. And then had he been able to maintain his momentum, I think he would have had a shot. But still good field position, midway.
Pitch to Elliott, right side. Whole lot of Viking purple on top of him quick.
Yeah, I think the Vikings were expecting that one. Certainly looked that way. They were able to pin them back. Went for a loss for Dallas.
Quick comment from the on-field mic there, Dave. He wasn't ready.
Oh, interesting.
Prescott, handoff left side. Elliott. Elliott's got some room. Oh, juking outside. Nice, positive run play.
10 yards. He gained back most of that they lost in the first. Short yardage for third down, which is exactly where you want to be.
Yep. That the world's largest jumbotron right here in Dallas. Second largest one, I believe, is over in Tuscaloosa. Right across the middle, first down. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's been tagged a couple of times, hasn't it, by kicks? Mm-hmm. I think in a few cases they've actually hit the scoreboard, but the scoreboard, I think, technically is in play.
Yes, it was ruled in play by, I forget which referee crew it was, but it was funny. The ball's in play. It hit the jumbotron.
Elliott again in the backfield. Handoff. Oh, he had a gap there to the right side. Decided to turn it back to the left.
I was watching that. I was extremely curious. Why are you crashing left? There's nothing doing on your right side, dude.
Yeah. No, that was wide open. He had quite a bit of space there. Short yardage on second down, though. Let's see what again, Elliott in the backfield. Powering. Jeez, did he get that? He did get that. First down for the Cowboys. Wow.
For his hard work and dedication, Ezekiel Elliott awarded with a first down here.
The leg strength of this guy is amazing.
Oh, pass to the right side.
Open. He had Witten.
Witten unable to get his gears in motion quick enough to get a whole lot out of it, though.
Dallas takes timeout. They're getting close to the end zone here. They're in the red hot zone. I never say that as well as our counterpart meter. See what they decide to do here in the red zone.
Linebacker looking for their third sack there. Picking up Elliott, the star of the show, picking up the late block there, saving Prescott's bacon.
Nice play there by Elliott.
It was beautiful.
Just there to run. Oh,
he's
right
not just
side.
a pretty face.
Not. No gain on that one. Let's see what Dallas decides to do here. 2nd and goal. 4-yard line. Obviously, I think in this situation, you think the Vikings will be expecting a run where you've got Elliott. But we'll see what Dallas chooses to do here.
But here's the thing. They've been unable to neutralize him. 4 yards. He's probably averaging 4 yards a run.
Yep.
And it's a pass play.
Nice play.
Touchdown, Dallas. Let's go.
Dallas decided to trick him up a little bit there. Instead of running the football, passing the football. Worked out really well. Receiver lined up far out to the right, came across the middle. Easy peasy.
Their reward is 7 points on the scoreboard. They're taking that 7-point lead back.
I think this is one of the better offensive lines in football in Dallas. They do protect Prescott really well. And, of course, having guys like Ezekiel Elliott who are willing to get in there and block, that makes all the difference.
Returner back at the 2-yard line, bringing it up, 15, 20, 25, 30, all the way to the 31. What a nice return.
That's a very nice. That's probably what... 35 seconds left, second half. We'll see what Minnesota can do here. Cousins under center, rolling left. Oh, the linebacker. I think that was Van Der Esch that got in for the tackle there. Second sack of the day. Oh, that guy was actually the first sack for Dallas. Minnesota's got 2 sacks. Cousins down, 31 seconds left in the second half. Cousins from the pocket, goes out wide. They're going to have to try and push that football downfield, I think, if they're going to get any traction here before halftime.
Yeah, unless you're getting a positive push from your receivers, getting it out in the flats at this point in the game, it's not getting enough forward momentum.
3rd and 16, long way to go, 25 seconds on the clock. Got a couple of guys heading towards the center. Goes outside.
Almost picked off.
Fighting for that Van Der Esch again in there. Linebacker in coverage. He's so versatile. Unfortunately, the Vikings have to kick it away. 19 seconds left. Good kick. Oh, a half-decent run back. 37-yard line. 9 seconds. Yeah, they're probably going to need about 25, 30 yards if they want to have an attempt at a long field goal.
Yeah, they're going to have to make some motion quick. Flag on the play.
Flag. Oh,
neutral zone infraction.
Well, that'll give them an extra 5. Let's see what happens here. 9 seconds. Yeah, Dallas has got a timeout. If they wanted to run the football, they probably could and still get another playoff.
A quick strike and a timeout is about their only option at this point in the game. I guess they could go a long bomb for the end zone. Hand off to Elliott. No play action pass across the middle into a lot of coverage. It's picked off by Minnesota, who's going to try to run it back to the 35. 30 out of bounds with 2 seconds.
Excellent clock management there. Excellent clock management.
Field awareness by the Vikings here. Wow.
He knew he wasn't going to be able to make the end zone. There was a couple of Dallas.
So here's the question. Do you kick it or do you go for a throw? Down by 7.
29. You're looking at it. Oh, he's going to kick it a 46-yard. I think he'd go for the field goal here. Committed with some points going into the half, only down by 4.
You know, the interception, field goal, nice momentum. The kick is up. It should be long enough. It is good. It's good. It's good.
What a turn of events.
Defensive play, getting some very, very, very last second points on the board from Minnesota. And they will start with the ball in this third quarter.
So far, we basically got Dallas's offense 14, Minnesota's defense 10.
Well, yeah, that's.
But hey, if it's keeping them in the football game, great. You might see what the Vikings can do here in the second half. See if they can turn it around on offense.
Ooh.
That was
smothered him on that run back, but still able to get it out to the 27-yard line. Not getting the ball into the end zone on kickoffs. That's kind of bothering me a little bit.
Yeah, the short. Well, we saw that one pooch kick earlier, and they've been a little short.
Short kicks. I don't know.
See what they decide to do here. Abdullah lined up in the backfield again.
And they'll call his number. Left side. Ooh.
Oh, first down. Oh, no, that was Madison. They bring Madison.
I literally could have swore I saw Abdullah on his back.
I could have swore I saw that too.
Well, either way, it's a first down.
Hey, it worked.
And they're big fans of things that are working right now.
That's true. 2-back set. Cousins with the toss. Again to Madison. He tried to come back inside. 3-yard gain. I wonder if the idea here for the Vikings coming into the second half is to maybe slow the game down a little bit.
Yeah, change that tempo up a bit. As long as they can keep progressing. Whoop, got a man.
He was wide open coming across. That's Diggs again through the center.
Did you see the pressure on his blind side, though? Scary for Cousins.
It was. Luckily, the offensive lineman was there to cover it, but he had to get that ball out quickly.
Under center ace formation.
Hand off to Madison. Nothing doing that time. I like what Minnesota's trying to do here. I like that they're mixing in the run a little bit more. I like they're kind of trying to slow things down a bit. I think when you're playing kind of a fast-paced game, that kind of works in Dallas's favor. And that might be why the Vikings have seen slightly less yardage and passing yardage this year. They've just been kind of taking a slow approach.
Oh, Cousins, a lot of greenfield in front of him. He's going to call his own number, get across the line. I like it. I like the call on the fly by Cousins.
He looked a bit like Russell Wilson on that play. Noticed that everybody was in coverage, didn't want to take the sack, decided to just run the football himself. First down, Vikings.
Didn't seem like he had the same third gear that Russell Wilson has, though, but just as effective.
Yeah, definitely not. I wouldn't suggest that for every play for Kirk Cousins. Hand off again to Madison. We haven't seen Abdullah so far in the second half. I wonder if he got injured in the first half somewhere. We just didn't see that. It's been a good drive so far for Minnesota.
Look at how much clock they're chewing up.
We're almost halfway through the third quarter.
Uh-huh. And we had seen 3 drives by this point in the first.
Yep. Coming out of the eye, 2-back set.
Ooh, what a hit.
Time they're going to their third running back in Ham. He's still able to get 7 yards.
This just in from the sidelines. Abdullah has been benched in favor of Madison.
Interesting.
While we come back to the line here, don't forget we do have our Bears-Lions coverage beginning tomorrow night, 7 Eastern, right here.
Oh, Cousins calling an audible at the line. Diggs acknowledged.
Whoo, bullet pass.
Nice to the outside. Excellent call there at the line from Cousins. Saw that he'd have the man open to the right side. Just dropped that ball in over top of the cornerback.
And just like that, a whole nother minute has expired while this clock just continues to grind.
Toss back. Madison jumps over the player. Another gain for the Vikings. They're slowly trugging their way towards the end zone here. I wonder if the Vikings are a little hesitant about throwing that ball too much after that interception in the first half.
Absolutely.
They're well into the red zone now. 10-yard line.
That 10-yard line means they're at the red hot zone. Let's go.
See, that's how you say it. Cousins audibling again at the line. 2-back set. He's got time. He's got time. Can he find a man open? Decides to run it himself. Yep. Oh, dives
dangerous.
For the first down.
God, why did he dive instead of slide? It's dangerous on a quarterback's body.
That is. He looked like John Elway there in the Super Bowl.
Yes, he did.
Trying to get in there. Can't quite punch it in, but it's a first down. They'll get 3 tries at it before they'll have to go for the field goal.
Let's see how Dallas's goal line offense stacks up against Cousins in the I formation here.
Long drive. Almost 5 minutes off the clock for this one drive. Madison. Gets down to the 1.
Oh. He tasted paint, but it was after his knee was down.
From the 1, again in the eye. Let's see what they decide to do here.
Yeah, the inverse of... Sack!
Cousins
goes down hard.
Again, Van Der Esch coming on the blitz. Nobody there to block him.
It's Wagner all over again. Defensive player of the game. Calling
really
it right now. But anyway, what I was going to say, we were talking about the Minnesota lack of wins at home this season. Dallas has the exact inverse of that. 3 wins and only 1 loss at home. So, and they've got the lead deep in the third quarter. Minnesota knocking on that door, though.
Play action. Right side. Heavy coverage.
Ooh.
Can't come down with it.
And Cousins taking another hit after the ball release. Cousins is going to be beat up after this game.
He is. Yeah, he is. They basically chewed up that entire third quarter on that one drive.
Wow.
Unfortunately, only come away with 3 points.
That brings them within 1, and if they can get their defense to stand up and maybe catch another pick, Dak Prescott, or just hold them to a 3 and out, they're in this game. It's anybody's game right now.
Yep. Your point on Dallas's record, 3-1 at home, I think it's more amazing that they're undefeated away.
Yeah, that is an outstanding stat.
See what Dallas decides to do here. See if they'll go for a balanced attack. There's plenty of time on the clock. I think it would work to Dallas's advantage to try and run the football a bit here, work that clock down, try and keep the Vikings from...
And you know what's interesting? Their only loss of the season was week 1.
Wow.
And it was a 3-point loss to the Giants.
So they've been on a 6-0 run since then. 7-0 run,
yes.
sorry.
Including a shutout, an amazing performance against Green Bay in week 5. And literally the entire third quarter was all about Minnesota.
It was. Other than that last 17 seconds, they basically controlled the clock.
17 seconds.
Wasn't much Dallas could do with that.
Forget about it.
Let's see what they can do here. Again, I expect them to run the football pretty heavily here in the fourth quarter, trying to run out some of this clock.
Hand off to Elliott, right side.
Oh. Hello.
Ooh, big hit.
Linebacker came out and just plastered him. I'm not as worried when Elliott takes hits like that unless it's like Prescott or Cousins.
I'm not even as worried when Prescott takes it. I mean, he took a lot of bumps at Mississippi State. It's Cousins I worry about. He's got a much smaller frame. Oh! Throwing the ball low, had the man wide open, but just unable to get it over the heads of the defenders.
He had the guy open. The timing was just a bit off. Had he passed a little earlier, I think he would have had it.
Or maybe even a little later, because he got even more wide open afterwards.
That's true. One of the better kicks we've seen from Dallas today, but still not into the end zone.
No,
Diggs.
and it would be brought all the way back to the 22.
Decent run back there by Diggs. He got swarmed a little bit. So now if Dallas will have to see what they can do here. They're going to have to try and get the football back, I think, because Minnesota have already shown they've had time of possession this half. Again, Madison, first down. Well, the switch from Abdullah to Madison is definitely working out for the Vikings in the second half. He's definitely been putting up the rushing yards in the second half and has definitely been finding the holes that Abdullah just didn't seem to be able to get.
I just saw that stat hit the board. Minnesota with only 45 passing yards in the game.
Cousins have been under pressure quite a bit, but they've been able to stay out of it with a lot of running. Short pass, right side, tight end, I think. Didn't catch the name on that one. Rudolph. Rudolph for 4 yards, the right-hand side. 2nd and 6. Into the fourth quarter. You know, the Vikings are just basically looking at ball control at this point. If they can get down close to Dallas, I'm sure they'll be happy with a field goal with a little time left on the clock, but I'm sure they'd like to punch it in here if they can.
If Cousins can replicate the previous drive, it'll be, exactly what they want.
Again, they go back to Madison. He gains a few more yards. Short yardage, 3rd and 4. See what the Vikings are able to do here. If Dallas is able to stand up, I mean, they're still up by 1. This is kind of turning into a ball control game at this point. See what they're able to put together here in this 3rd down. Two back set. Dallas showing blitz. We'll see if they actually bring it. Dallas is really good at feinting their defense and dropping into pass coverage. Cousins letting the clock tick. Out to the left. Comes back across. He's got his man Madison out of the backfield.
It actually looked like the ball was intended for the receiver behind Madison. Madison's like, I'm open. I'm taking it.
I kind of had the same feeling, too. I thought he was going for the receiver behind him, but Madison was right there. First down, Vikings.
I mean, it was either that or Cousins was slightly inaccurate high on the pass. I would rather think that Madison wanted to take control.
I thought that was, Madison again. North-south, coming up through the center. Another 8-yard gain. This is really slowing the clock down. We're coming up to already 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. They're down
almost
to the 40-yard
within
line.
kicking range.
I think that's kind of the Vikings' idea at this point, is just slow and steady, get down towards the goal line, and either go for the touchdown or for the game-winning field goal. See if Dallas has an answer here, see what they can do. Again, showing blitz. They don't bring it. Madison. They've got to figure out a way to stop this run game. So far, the Vikings in the second half, they've really had their number.
Absolutely.
Short yardage again.
Which is interesting, considering we talked earlier how they lean more towards passing, outgaining their rushing by about 170 yards this season.
Cousins comes back.
Oh!
He held on to that ball. He got tagged coming across the middle.
The only reason he hung on to it is there was a defender squashing it against his chest.
I agree. I think that's the only way he kept that ball. Diggs pays for coming across the center, but he holds on to the football. First down, Vikings. Coming up on the 2-minute warning, the Vikings are in. They're pretty close to field goal range now. They'll be, about a 51-yarder from this point?
I have to imagine when we see the final score or the final stats, we're going to see a heavy time of possession in Kiv Styles' direction.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Dallas has basically been able to make short work with their. When's the last? Dallas hasn't scored in this half.
Yeah, Dallas had the opening drive, short, steady, quick strike for 7, and then the touchdown off of the good field possession from the interception early on. But no, they haven't. No, they've only had the ball for 17 seconds in this half, I think. Yes, that's correct. They've had it for 17 seconds this half. Wow.
That's an amazing stat.
How is that? Oh, my.
That is, yeah. Oh, play action. Left side. Oh, tried double
Dallas
coverage.
ball. A lot of green field. He's to the 50, 45. A lot of men on his backfield. 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Dallas. Can't see me.
Play. What a play by
Woo, let's go.
Defense rises to the occasion. The Vikings have owned the time of possession here in this second half. And the defense bails them out.
Technically, Dallas has only held the ball for 17 seconds this half. Yep.
And they're leading by 8.
Yep. No, it was 17 seconds in the third quarter. They had still 2 downs in the fourth. That's right. I'm misspeaking bad.
Again, though, to your point, I think once we see the final stats,
it's going to be a lot favored.
Yeah. But it's much like we saw with the Seahawks and the 49ers. Yeah. The 49ers held the time of possession, but the Seahawks were able to use their time effectively to get scores. Same thing for Dallas.
And now Minnesota is going to regretfully not have all that time they grinded out. They got a minute 44 to get down, get the touchdown, and the 2-point conversion just to take it to overtime.
Yeah, you're forcing Cousins to throw the football. He's got a man. Oh, it's Diggs again.
Clock still running.
No huddle offense.
Holding on to their timeouts for the time being.
Oh, he's audibling. Defender's backed off. Oh, he's got him again over the center. So if they can punch this in, he'll need the 2-point conversion to tie this game. Already down to the 34 of Dallas. 51 seconds left.
I don't understand why he's not using timeouts, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's saving the time. Cousins rolls out to the left. Oh, he's got tons of space. Tons of space.
Now timeout. Cousins acting like he's got all the time in the world here. First charge time out of the half.
17 seconds left. 2nd and 9 from the 17. They need the touchdown and the 2-point conversion just to tie this game up. Let's see what Cousins is going to do. They're pretty much forced to pass, so that kind of limits things for Dallas on defense. Oh, can he get in? No! Diggs taken down at the line, down to the 1-yard line.
He's on the most dangerous yard line in the game, the 1.
10 seconds left, 1-yard line. Need the touchdown to basically stay in this game. Out of the eye. We'll see if they hand off to Madison, see if he can punch it in. They do, and he does.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
So that was the easy part.
That was the quote-unquote easy part. 8 seconds left. They have to go for 2 here. But what will Kiv and Kirk Cousins dial up right here? Will it be Madison for the win?
Let's see.
Or for the tie, the tie.
Madison not on the field for the extra
throw.
Points.
He's going to tuck and run. 2 points good.
Everybody in coverage. Cousins decide there's enough space for him and just runs it in himself for the 2-point conversion. Tie game, 8 seconds left in the game. Kickoff Vikings.
Austin in the back to receive. Could he take it to the house? We'll find out. 5-yard line, 10-yard line, 15, 20, 25. Oof.
Gets smacked, but he got it out to the 25. 5 seconds, 2 timeouts for the Cowboys. I don't know if 5 seconds, man, but I don't know if that's enough time to get a play off. And then
I don't think Dak Prescott has the arm to get that play off downfield.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Let's see what Dallas might be able to dial up here. It's
5 seconds from going to overtime here. Prescott back. Play action pass.
Oh, he tried. Time runs out.
And we're going to OT, baby.
Wow. What a great
amazing game. Amazing
second half.
Coin toss is up. Vikings won the toss. They elect to receive.
Now, we've seen the Vikings have been able to chew up this clock so far this game, especially in the second half. They dominated the time possession there in the second half.
Absolutely.
Let's see what they can do here. 4 minutes in overtime. Nice run back.
Bringing the ball out to the 26-yard line. You have to, I mean, they've already grinded out 5 minutes and 43 seconds on a possession. Dallas's defense has got to disrupt the action in the backfield and stop them from converting.
Yep. Yeah, that's been the difference so far. They just have not been able to get to Cousins, or when they have, he's already handed the ball off to Madison. Vikings content to keep the ball on the ground. 3-yard gain, but more importantly, it's that clock. We've already seen their clock management. Cousins again decides, rolls out to the left. He's got a lot of space. Oh, did he get the first down? He was close.
Forward progress will mark him down third and inches.
So close. Cousins has been pretty good at that. He's been noticing when his receivers are covered. He sees the open field. He's been taking it. Like you say, he's no Russell Wilson, but he's been effective.
It's never occurred to me till now. I'm curious what these teams' overtime stats are.
Oh,
Madison left side, converted.
Side. Nice gain.
Oh, elbow drop on the way down.
Just for emphasis there. This offensive line for the Vikings in the second half has been creating some real seams for Madison to get through.
It's like watching an offensive line clinic take place.
Cousins again. Oh, double coverage. Can't squeeze it in there. That was Van Der Esch almost came away with that again.
Dallas defense thinking they had him another one.
Goodness, actually it was Smith who got a hand on the ball that time. I thought it was Van Der Esch, but he was right there.
Well, Van Der Esch was there in case the ball needed to hit somebody in the back of the head, a la Wagner.
That's true. That's true.
Respect his effort. Leaving it all out on the field here in this 21-21 overtime.
2:36 left to go.
Again. Oh, ball in the air. Ooh.
Van Der Esch again. This time he got a hand on the football. That was a dangerous pass.
Van Der Esch getting a little grabby with the ball. As they are lining back up, don't forget tomorrow night, Detroit Lions of Johnsey, our Season 2 TPCFL champion, taking on our reigning Season 6 TPCFL champion in Colbus and the Chicago Bears, 7 p.m. Eastern. Be there or be square.
That's going to be another great game, Bama.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Division rivals. Division rival games are so great. Cousins lining up. 3 receivers. 1 back set. See what he decides to do here. 2.5 minutes left. Cousins. Good protection. Really good protection. Oh, he's got a man
wide open, and he'll be taken down 33-yard line. That is at the edge of long field goal range right there.
That one took a while to develop, but kudos to the offensive line for the Vikings. They were able to give Cousins the time to let that happen. Again, same 3 receiver set. Let's see what Cousins decides to do this time. Oh.
2-minute warning.
Warning. They get the sack. 2nd and 19. 2 minutes to go. They're at the 42. That probably pushed them at a field goal range.
Did. That's what we call really, really, really long field goal range, and let's try to move it forward.
Yeah, you'll be talking, what, a 59, 60-yarder from here? You're definitely going to try and move that up.
Outside of the accurate range of most kickers.
Yeah. Cousins again with lots of time. Oh, the man makes juke. Diggs.
15, 10, 5.
Oh!
Diggs will be taken down at the 1.
I thought he was going to make that great play there by the defense of Dallas to not give up on the play and take him down at the 1 yard line.
With that completion, Minnesota passes 300 offensive yards on the game.
End of the eye. Are they going to hand to Madison again? They do, and he punches it in for the win. Wow, what a turn of events here. Dallas came out flying high in that first half. Were able to punch in a couple of quick touchdowns. And then Minnesota turned it over to their running game and basically ran that out.
Second half was a whole lot of Viking, with the exception of the pick six of Dallas.
Look at those stats. They just dominated. Dallas, one of the top teams in the league as far as passing yards and rushing yards.
And held to 167 yards of total offense. Wow.
What a game defensively.
A lot of that was the lack of the ball in the second half, too.
That's true.
Those were good first half stats. But the Vikings, holding the ball for the vast majority of the second half, that's what you end up with.
Yep. Yeah, they dominated in that second half when it came to time of possession. It'd be interesting to see. We know Dallas had a couple of plays they got off, and they had the 17 seconds at the end of the third quarter there. It'll be interesting now to see what the time possession actually turned out to be.
I think Dallas only had one possession in the second half, and it was a 3-and-out. The interception for the touchdown.
5 for 7 on third downs for the Vikings. Huge for them. 71% conversion rate. I think that was a big part of the difference.
Yeah.
But a lot of that is they were putting themselves into short yardage situations with the run game.
The majority of those third downs were in the second half, too.
2 for 2 for Dallas in the red zone. 3 for 4 for the
17 first downs. And I believe just about all of those were in the second half.
I think you're right. Yeah, good chunk. Time of possession, 4 minutes in Minnesota's favor.
Wow.
That's almost a quarter of football. That's a big advantage.
Dallas held the lead for a long time. Minnesota coming up with the win in overtime, 27-21. That's your game for tonight. Like I said, quick reminder, 7 p.m. Eastern right here on TPC Sports. Lions, Bears. Let's go.
That's going to be a good one.
Oh, absolutely.
What a great couple of games tonight.
Always great games. Lions and Bears and Tigers. Oh, my. Ain't no Tigers around here, lady. Roll Tide.
27-26 final score for the Vikings. Did I say 27-26? 27-21.
Yeah. A lot of coaches will tell you the team that wins the takeaway battle wins the game. That is not the case here.
Yep. Dallas had their run game rolling in the first half, but just couldn't stick it out.
And they couldn't get the ball in the second half, so it was hard to do anything with it.
Well, that's true.
It was like an epic game of clock management in the second half. I was concerned he was using too much time and not using timeouts, and he comes out the victor. Shows why I'm in the booth right now, and he's on the field making them phone calls.
Yeah, I concur.
Well, Dave, it's been an absolute pleasure calling this TPCFL doubleheader with you tonight. Anything you wish to say to the folks before we get out of here?
Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. That game is going to be amazing.
Amazing game indeed. Lions, Bears, 7 p.m. Eastern, mixer.com/TPC Sports, twitch.tv/TPC Sports. You can also find us facebook.com/TPC Sports.live. Also on YouTube. Be there. We'll see you tomorrow. Everybody have a great night.